Depth of video edits we need to do is the insertion of the memory verse on top of that. We've got some assets that we can make use of. And so since we recorded the memory verse as an entire video segment, but we've got some great things like we've got this video loop here, and we've got some ability to put on some different titles and different pieces in there. We can go ahead and add some things to this. Now, what you want to do is just kind of listen to your video to find out the point where the verse is going to come up on the screen. And I've already kind of done that, but let me go ahead and remove that and show you what you do. You just simply hit your space bar to listen.
Verse together. I'm going to read it first, and then I'm going to give you a chance to follow after me. Are you ready? Here we go.
So at that point there is where I want mine to begin. I'm going to just hit the M, the marker, because that's where I want it to begin and want it to end. And then I'm going to keep listening.
Because I live, you will also live. John 14:9. Can you read that with me?
Okay. And then we're going to put it here. And so that's how far I want the span to be. And I'm just going to keep putting little markers on here, just hitting the M.
I'm going to read the first part, and then you repeat after me.
So put an M.
Because I live.
So the verse comes up there.
Very good. You also will live.
Just keep listening.
Right on. John 14:9.
And then it comes down, so hit the M again to create another marker. And I'm using the space bar to start and stop the playing. So now I've got, this is the video loop here that I want to use. And I'm simply going to click and drag that on top of this. But as you can see, it's too long. So we have one thing we're going to do is we're just going to click this little piece right here and shorten it up between those two markers. And then I'm going to hit my Option key and hold it down while I click and drag this over to the next marker and then extend it out that way so you can see just how to make it that much longer. So now when it plays,
you a chance to follow after me. Are you ready? Here we go.
You end up with that on there, but now what we need is the verse that's on there. So now go over to your titles and I'm going to grab the text and I'm going to put it on top of this and start it right at the beginning. And then click here so it's yellow on the outline and click and drag it all the way to the end. What that means is as it plays, it's going to start here and go all the way through with the text at the very end. Make it just a little bit longer. Now I click on make this yellow, come up here, and I can click there and then go and refresh my memory on the verse. Because I live, comma, you will also live. And type it in, because I live, comma, you will also live. John 14:9. Now you can see here that once it starts to auto size, it kind of makes it a little bit small. And so in order to get it larger, again, click on this so that it highlights it. Go up to your menu bar on the top and you can see the title, the T is selected, and here's your sizer. And I'm going to go up to about 146 as a font size. And now you can see that when you play it.
Here we go. Because I live, you will also live. John 14:9.
Okay. So one more thing I think I want to do is I want to add a return. And to do that, you have to have a special 2 keystroke. You have to hit Option and Return at the same time. And I want to do the same thing here. So that way it puts it into 3 different lines, and then we'll see how that looks.
Are you ready? Here we go. Because I live, you will also live. John 14:9. Can you read that with me?
Okay, so we've got that in. Now, if we hadn't done this one before, we could simply copy and paste, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Or all we do now is we click this, hold your Option key, just like the other one, and slide it over there, and then extend it so that it matches. And then if you want to repeat it, because I think we repeated a couple more times, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the title, hold down my Shift key, click on the video loop. Now I'm going to release the Shift key and hold down the Option so that it duplicates that and come all the way back over here to where the next one is. And then all I have to do is zoom in just a little bit to make sure that it's on the right spot. And I think this is going to have to go over at about right here. And if it's too long or too short, then I simply select it and I shorten it and I get those to where it goes. And that is the simplest way for you to add a verse in on top of what you're doing as far as getting the kids to read the verse along with you. So there you go.